Once a member has completed the registration form, our team is given access to all the information and documents that you share, and we go through and start the review process. And part of that is creating a custom report for your business to highlight just that we've got all the information that you shared and any recommendations or updates we recommend that you make to make sure your business is meeting the national minimum standards. So in this video, Tina, you're going to walk us through the report that we share, just to give an outline of what we do in the background.
Yeah, the report is split into sections just as your registration process is. So in section 1, it's your company information. As you can see on the right-hand side, there are tick boxes there. It says pass or review. A pass is a tick. If we need you to review something, there is a cross next to it, and where it says our notes, there will be handwritten notes in there that will explain exactly what we perceive is the problem and what we want you to do. So all of the information that you fill in your registration form is automatically transferred into this report for you for us to be able to carry out the review. Section 1 is your company. Section 2 is strategies and locations. Section 3 is all of those company fees. Do you take anything up front? Now here it's very important to note that you may take a registration fee, you may take a reservation fee. This is about fees that are taken up front and not necessarily your overall sourcing fee. And if that fee that's taken up front is refundable at any stage prior to exchange and completion of the deal purchase, you also have to have a client or escrow account, which you will have to provide us information on. So that is that section. Section 4 is about your training, that data protection and anti-money laundering training, which, by the way, is legally required. We ask you to provide a proof of certificate and date of expiry. Section 5 is all of those documents that we talked about in our documents course. We ask for copies of every document that you may or may not use in your business, and we actually read through those documents, give you feedback notes, and pass or review on each of those documents. Policies, risk assessments, controls, and procedures. The next section is insurance, and we don't want you just to tick a box and say, yes, I have PI insurance and it meets standards. We actually request that you upload the full policy so that we can read it and review it and ensure that should anything go wrong, any investor that's working with you is actually covered. Section 7 is those registrations, ICO, redress, HMRC, and one that you may not have heard of, National Crime Agency, for the submitting of SARS, which we actually ask you to prove that you have registered your business for the submitting of SARS. And Section 8, the final section, is all around that NAPSA profile that you're working to build. Your bio, frequently asked questions, brand assets and social media, images and all of that. We ask you to upload and we check and give you feedback on. At the end of the report, we give you a percentage complete. And as you can see, this one is 91%. And if we ask you to make any changes, we will tell you which sections to have a look at. We provide you with a link to access your documents, where normally when they've been looked through, comments will have been added to the documents and sections highlighted where we feel changes need to be made. You can make those changes at the bottom here by clicking on any of the sections where we told you that changes or adaptations need to be made. And again, at the end of it, once you've completed everything, if you click submit, it comes back through to the NAPSA team again for us to do a secondary review for you.
And you don't need to complete the full form again. You just need to update the details of information that we've given. And obviously these reports, there's quite a lot in here, and we often find that members may need a call after we've sent the report just to go through, particularly with the documents and adding notes in there, just to make sure that everything's understood before we go to the next stage for review.
It tends to be the documents that people really can struggle with, especially if it's in-depth feedback. And not everyone that comes to us has purchased our documents. They submit their own documents. And so what, generally speaking, I suggest, or a member of the team suggests, is that we have a call, a Zoom call usually. We bring the document up on screen. We go through the document, change the notes, add more notes into it. We record that, and then the NAPSA member has 30 days to be able to access that recording to better understand what's expected of them in that document and exactly what they have to go away and do.